Unfortunately, unpaid internships are showing signs of life. But a UK report that I read this week said that any internships above 4 weeks should be banned. And I'm kind of all for it. Like, I do think that internships have their place and work experience is great, because I think that we ask children, and they are children at 17, like, to decide what they're going to be for the rest of their lives, and it's too much to ask. So I think doing a week here, shadowing someone there is all well and good. But then there are these companies who can afford to pay a salary and are demanding that people have like 4 years of design experience and a master's in something else, and they're giving people an internship, and it's just not fair. It's exploitative, and it's perpetuating this gig economy thing, which is a ticking time bomb, because for a lot of my friends who are freelance are working job to job. They have no security. They have no, like, even I can look retrospectively back and say, yeah, I had a good year, but I don't know if I'm going to earn next month or what the future looks like. And so then I don't save for a pension because I can't. And those things I'm meant to be doing for my future, I'm just not doing. And so when we all get to that age, it's going to be a nightmare.
Yeah, yeah. Like, Danny, it's kind of your peers, your generation. You have it tough in that way, don't you? There's no security there for a lot of you.
No, I think the idea of a job for life is gone. You know, the whole idea, the old school attitude of you go in, you get your, if you're going to join the bank or join the civil service, or journalism back in the day was seen almost as a civil service type job. That was the goal. You know, job for life, buy the house, settle down, be boring, and die at whatever stage. That uncertainty, though, you know, in terms of job to job or whatever you want to call it, you know, that the idea of secure employment doesn't really exist. And, like, the impact is very clear. Guys who are younger colleagues of mine who simply can't get on the property ladder, can't even begin to kind of settle down or make roots. I would say, though, in terms of certain industries, though, you know, it goes with the territory. Like, I mean, the creative arts, I mean, you know, you're not going to have the stable job if you're going to be a musician or a singer or a kind of a, you know, a screenwriter, or, you know, that's just not the job you're going to get. Like, but
yeah, but then you need to have a system in place where, like, the systems that are in place that are like the social welfare aspects of our country, they're just not compatible with freelance work. And so, yeah, I should be able to say, like, okay, I can work as a singer or as a musician, and there is a way in which I can then benefit or have some sort of security.
Danny, you were nearly a musician, weren't
I was,
you? Like, when I used to know you were,
yeah,
you were a band, you were doing well and all
like
that.
You know, it's my Robert Frost moment. You know, yellow rose diverging, or, you know, rose diverging in a yellow wood. You kind of go, do I go this route in terms of the stable journalism world, which is exciting and it, you know, is a brilliant job, or do you go down the very unsecure route of music? And, like, there was a deal on the table, money available to record and all the rest of it, and you're kind of going, you know,
the dream,
yeah. You know, and you
said no to it.
Well, other issues kind of got in the way as well, but yeah, I ultimately said no. But I mean, at 16, 17 years of age, we were busking on Grafton Street. Robbie Fox, who used to own Rate Runners, came down and spotted us. He became our manager. We worked under Robbie for years, like, you know, he looked after us. And
why did you turn your back on it all? Like, because, like, if you're a musician and
because by the time I turned back, it was 24, and you feel like an old man in musician terms, and it hadn't quite happened. You begin to think. And I think probably Brendan was because my dad had died, you know, 3 or 4 months beforehand, and that anchor, you need some sort of an anchor in your life. And I just think, you know, it was just, I felt maybe too risky for me at the time, and there were obviously creative differences, as they say, you know, at the time. But I don't regret the life that I've had. I love music. I still play music. I'm a bass player, and I still play as much as I can. But, you know, you do look at the life not lived.
That would be a great X Factor sob story. Like, you get through so many rounds. I'd back in.